Welcome to today's episode on monitoring and reporting Azure resource usage. In this session, we will dive into how to set up monitoring and alerts and how to use Azure Cost Management to keep track of resource usage and spending. So let's get started. Well, setting up monitoring and alert for Azure resources. The first concept you have to understand is Azure Monitor. Well, this is actually a great service provided by Azure. So you should use Azure Monitor to track and analyze metrics and logs to maintain resource performance and health. Next is your metrics and logs. You should keep an eye on your key performance metrics like CPU utilization, memory usage, and disk usage, alongside detailed diagnostic logs for deeper insights. If you want to manage your resource properly, think about alerts. While you're on vacation or you're at home, if something goes wrong, you should get alerts. So set up some alerts for performance thresholds. For example, CPU usage or memory usage, such like that. Why will you do that? Well, to notify you or other admins when the action is required or when a solution is actually required immediately. Action groups. Well, this is where you define who gets notified and how. Whether you want to use email, SMS, webhook, or maybe a phone call, you have to configure the action groups for that. Then, at the end, you should create a unified dashboard. Here, you should look at configuring a not built-in actually, a custom dashboard to visualize performance and resource health for easy monitoring. This is where every day you will just come, open the dashboard, and keep a check on your environment. If something goes wrong, you will be able to notice that immediately. A lot of industries like ISPs, which is internet service providers, or telecom, or other industries have headquarters with big screens. And what is running on those big screens? Well, a dashboard which visualizes the health of all the resources. Now, viewing resource usage with Azure Cost Management. So in Azure Cost Management, there are multiple tools. The first one we will learn is cost analysis. Here, you should use Azure Cost Management to help you actually to analyze resource usage and also track spending across your subscription or even your resource groups. This will give you an understanding that, okay, this is where my money is going. Then you should do cost breakdowns. Here you see detailed cost breakdowns by resource, departments, or projects to understand where your money or where your budget is being used. Remember, tags will play a major role here. Then look for your usage trend. Here you monitor usage trend over time. And project future cost will actually depend on it. It helps you visualize the future budgets. It helps you to tell your superiors that the project may cost this much in the future. What if they ask for reports? Well, you can create custom reports here. Custom reports will help you to visualize trends of resource consumption. It will also assist your superiors to make informed decision, to give you more budget, or just end the project altogether. It depends. Now, if you have reports, you should be able to export it. So here you can export your usage and cost data for a deeper analysis or sharing it with other users or even other services, which means you can export this cost report and pipe it to other platforms such as Power BI platform. Set cost alerts as well. Here, you can set an alert to notify you when you exceed a predefined threshold specifically for your budget. What will it do? It will prevent unexpected cost in the future. So let's go to our lab and try to create some rules, try to create some alerts and test it. I will see you in the lab. All right, now let's look at monitoring and reporting the resource usage. So if you look at this setup, I will show you the setup right now. I have a resource group, and inside my resource group, I have a load balancer and also a virtual machine skill set running. Now, if someone asks you that, hey, can you check that what is the performance metrics of your virtual machine skill set? You want to check how stressed your machines are. Basically, you can go to Monitor, that is Azure Monitor, and then we'll click on Matrix. Over here, let me search for the scope. It's in demo, and I'm interested in this skill set. So I will select that and click Apply. Now, what do you want to monitor? There are so many data points. I want to monitor CPU usage. So I'll click on percentage CPU. And as you can see, all this is actually no data. And then it starts from here, 45, then there's a spike, and then there's another spike a little bit. And over here, this is your information. Do you want to add more metrics? Yes, you can. You can add as much as you want. So let's go ahead and go with available memory bytes. How about that? So this blue, sorry, I think it's kind of magenta or pink. I'll call it pink. So it shows that how much RAM is available. So it's 2.5 gigabits. Let's go ahead and push this machine a little further. So I'm going to just focus on the CPU. I'm going to remove this one. So just CPU. Let's go ahead and push this machine again. So I have a benchmarking software, and I'm going to benchmark my CPU. So as you can see, I just started it. It's been like 5 seconds. Can we see the result immediately? The answer is no. So there will be some lag before you see the actual result. So I will wait here for a minute or two, then I will show you the results. All right, so I will actually zoom in. As you can see, it spiked up. So now it is at 99.99%, the machine, 99.93. So that is how you can actually monitor your resources. So basically, the whole monitoring will happen in this dashboard. If you go to Matrix, you can monitor whatever you want. There are multiple resources you can monitor. This is where you actually select the scope. Plus, it is also possible to go to the resource directly and then go to Monitoring tab, and from there you can also look at the matrix. It's the same thing. Or you can go to the machine, let's say, and you want to check this machine out. So you can just go to Monitoring, click on Matrix, and decide what you want to see. So CPU percentage. I want to see the maximum count. And remember, there will be a lag, so you may have to wait for a while to actually get the information. Now I'm going to stop the stress test. It's running for quite a while now. So that was your monitoring. Now let's look at reporting your resource usage. So I already have some resources running at the back end, and we can just go to Monitor. Basically, you will see the matrix, and whatever you see, if you want to give that report or you want to generate a report for submission to your, let's say, seniors, or maybe you want to extract the information and create a pipeline which connects with your Power BI to create a dynamic flow chart, let's say. So you can actually extract the report as well. For example, I can go to matrix, and again, just for demo, I will select VMSS, and I want to see CPU utilization. Okay. And then let's add a new chart. And this one will be for, let's say, memory, available memory. We can do that, and so on. Now, you know this matrix, you have this data. What if you want to export it? Well, on top, if you click on share, you can always download this data as Excel. So I'll just go ahead and download it. Done. Now let's open that file. All right, I opened it. Here you go. You have your data over here. This is for the CPU, and this is for the memory. So basically, it created different sheets for your data, and now this can be pushed to your Power BI. And the Power BI can actually interpolate this data into not GPU actually, into a graphical representation in flow charts or other sort of charts. So this is how you export the data, or you report your resource usage. Welcome back. I know the lab was straightforward and very simple. Yes, it is that easy to create an alert. But remember, the complex part is to manage multiple alerts and multiple resources, and also to pipe these reports and alerts to the respective user or departments. So the overall structure for a big enterprise may look complex, but the concept is straightforward. Now, to summarize this episode, we learned that we actually can use Azure Monitor to help track and analyze resource performance, and how cost management provide insight into usage and cost of the optimized infrastructure. Now, to make sure that your infrastructure cost is optimized, you can also set budgets and spending limits. Plus, on top of it, we also learned that you can also put alerts for cost budgets, where if a predefined budget level or threshold is exceeded, you will get immediate alert. That's it for this episode. Thank you for joining. I will see you in the next one. Take care.